Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everyone. Hey, Billy, I hope you're safe. I hope everyone is well. I am saying a prayer for all of my friends in the Houston area and in the DFW area who are out of power right now. I am super grateful that I have power, but I know there has been rolling blackouts on tonight. There have been some power outages, so we're going to say a prayer. So be praying and be prayerful for those who are out of power on tonight because we want people to be warm and we want people to be safe on tonight. So be praying, and I'm praying for all of my friends and family who are without power. So I pray that you all are safe and well. So tonight is motivational Monday night. So if you're able to share this out, if you're able to join me, if you're able to pop into the room really quick, I just want to share a quick message because I know yesterday was Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day. A lot of people celebrated that. A lot of single women, people celebrated Valentine's Day anniversaries. And so, it was a day of love. Daily we should be receiving love, right? But it's just a special day that people just share their love, talk more about love, and just shower gifts and love on one another and family and friends, their boos and their bays and all of that, right? So many people are single, right? I'm single, but you know what? Some people are okay with being single. They're like, you know what? I'm good. I don't care if I'm in a relationship. I'm happy in my singleness. And to be honest, I'm very happy in my singleness. I have peace in my singleness. I have joy in my singleness. I am blessed. I am thankful. I'm like the happiest I've been in a long time. We know that when we get into these tumultuous relationships, these toxic relationships, right? It can be you're worse off than when you were single, right? So we have to be so mindful nowadays about connecting with people, about getting into a relationship with people. Thank you so much, you all, for joining. Share this out. If this is your first time joining me, welcome everyone. Thank you. Share this out. I'm going to talk about love on tonight. I'm going to talk about, are you ready for love? Again, like I said, this message will not be for everybody because some people are like, I don't give a flip. I don't care. I'm good. I'm enjoying my single life. And you know what? I'm enjoying mine, but to be honest, I do desire eventually to be married again. I was married before. I was married a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, and I've been divorced. And so, but I know I am meant to be a wife. I believe that I'm meant to be a wife. There's unfortunate circumstances sometimes that happen, and divorce happens. We can't control whether or not somebody loves us or wants to be in a relationship with us, right? We can't control what other people do. But we can control what we do, right? We can control what we say, what we do, how we respond, and how we interact with people. And we can also control what we are willing to accept and tolerate. So, I'm going to talk about some things on tonight. So grab some pen and paper. Like I said, tag your single girlfriends. If you celebrated Valentine's Day, that is a made up holiday that someone created, to celebrate girlfriends. And there's nothing wrong with celebrating one another as a group of single girlfriends. You get together. Let's celebrate being single. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's go make some good food. Let's hang out. Let's socialize. And there's nothing wrong with that because we have so many challenges online, right? All these before and after challenges, when I was 2 years old challenge, the 1980 challenge, I'm in love challenge, whatever. So why not celebrate something that may have been made up, but also it's not about being bitter and angry, right? It's not being, oh, let's get together and talk about me, and let's get together and be bitter. Let's get together and talk about, girl, what happened to me last time. But no, it's a time to get together, to love on one another as women, to be like, girl, you know what? I love you. You are a amazing woman. You're my friend. You're my home girl. You're my ride or die, whatever it is. And let's come together and enjoy life, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. And Billy is saying, I'm ready, in Jesus' name for love. Amen. And so this conversation is for you. So if you're ready for love and you want to talk about it with me on tonight, let's have this conversation. Let's talk about, are you ready for love? Because I'm ready for love. Some of you single ladies out there might be, some of you single ladies might be, nah, I'm good. I'm enjoying my single life. You ain't trying to go back and forth. I'm living my best life. I ain't trying to go back and forth with y'all. So you're enjoying life. But you know what? How do you know if you're really ready? Right? How do we know if we're really ready? Many people are happy and enjoy their single lives, focusing on their careers and themselves, and not succumbing to the pressure of finding or being found, right? They're not worried about it. They're not worried about, oh, their mom talking about, oh, you're 35 years old, you're 25, you're 40. Why aren't you married? I want some grandchildren. Sometimes people get pulled into that, right? Because they feel in the pressure of society, pressure from family members to be in a relationship, and then they end up being miserable. We should not be pressured or consumed by what society thinks or to connect with the wrong people. And like I said earlier, you end up being even more miserable. Many people are happy and waiting well. So you know what? We need to be happy in our singleness. We need to wait well. We need to know that God is in control and He has the final say. They desire marriage and companionship, but are not desperate or willing to compromise or settle. So where do you stand tonight? Where do you stand? Are you compromising? Are you connected with somebody that you know you should not be connected to? Are you entangled in a situation? Are you in a situationship, like people say? You know what? We shouldn't even be in those type of situations. We should not be in situationships. We need to be either single or married. And even until you get married, you're still considered single. You're not, even though you're in a relationship, you're still single. So if you choose to date other people while you're dating someone, or if you decide to be exclusive, or you want to date for data, right? You want to make sure that the person that you decide to marry is, first of all, God's person for you, is God's will for you. So we need to be super prayerful, right? When we start dating and allowing people into our lives and into our space, we need to be prayerful. We need to be praying and saying, Lord, is this the person that you have for me? You don't want to just randomly have all these different people in your life. You want to be mindful of the people that you're allowing and giving them the privilege and the honor of being in your life. People, when they come into your life, you are a prize, you are a gem, you are a jewel. And it should be a privilege for them to be in your life. It should not be something where it's like, oh, well, I'm by myself, I'm bored, I'm lonely, so I have to have somebody in my life. No, that's not the case. Your space is valuable. Who you are a precious jewel. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You know, Billy is saying, yes, I need wait patiently and serving God. Exactly. We need to wait patiently and serve God. We need to be about our Father's business, right? We need to be busy doing what God has asked us to do, which is whatever that is. If you're in ministry, if you're a counselor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, whatever you do, if you are an essential worker, whatever that you are supposed to be doing, stay busy doing that and enjoy your life. Find something to be happy about each and every day. When you wake up every morning, be thankful for the breath in your body. Be thankful for the air that you breathe. Be thank you for all that God is doing for you in your life. Don't be miserable, right? You don't want to be single and miserable. You don't want to be single and sad, because you know what? You're going to attract who you are as a person. So if that is the case for some of you that are watching tonight, well, start working on yourself. What is causing you the heartache? What is causing you the sadness? What is causing you the anxiety that you're experiencing? And you need to start working on yourself. This should be a time during your single season. This should be a time of preparation. Should be a time where you are preparing yourself. If you, again, like I said, if you think you're ready for love or you want to love again, there should be a time of preparation. You should be getting in shape physically, emotionally, mentally. You should be paying off debt. You should be living your best life. You should find activities and things that make you happy, and not just sitting around waiting for something to fall out of the sky or a man to knock on your door, right? When you leave out the house, don't wear your bonnet and slippers and your house shoes and your pajama pants. No, we're not going to dress like that when we leave the house. We're going to be presentable every time we leave the house, because first of all, we're representing God. That's number one. We're representing God, and we want to represent Him as the queens that we are. So your presentation tells you a lot about who you are. I know sometimes you're not going to have on your lashes and your lip gloss all the time, and sometimes you might, right? But when you leave the house, represent well. Have on clean clothes. Have your hair combed, even if it's in a bun or a ponytail, right? Don't have on your pajamas and your slippers and your whatever. You never know. The man that God has for you might be a target. Look. So, make sure that you represent well. But so I want to talk about love. Love is an action word, right? It's not an emotion that's fickle and changes from day to day, right? Love is consistent, whether it's a good day or a bad day. Whether it's a cloudy day or a cold day, it's a hot day. Love is unconditional, and it does not make you beg, and it does not tell you what you want to hear so they can get what they want. Sometimes, and I say this to people all the time, I say, you don't got to lie to kick it. You don't have to lie to me to get what you want. Love is not manipulative. You don't want people in your life that are manipulating you, that are mistreating you, that only tell you what you want to hear so they can get what they want. And you don't want to have to perform for their love, right? You don't want to have to perform or do certain things, or, oh, well, we need to have sex right now. We need to have sex because we're going to be married anyway, so let's just have sex. No, if you love me, you're going to wait for me. If you love me, you're going to cherish me. You're going to value me. You're going to value who I am. Love is given freely and received openly. So if you're loving yourself, and you know how to receive love, you're able to receive that love, and you know that that person is genuinely loving on you. And again, you're still prayerful. You're still being very prayerful during this time. So are you ready for love? Are you able to receive love? Are you able to give love? So let's talk about it. Number one, are you whole? Whole, are you a whole person? One is a whole number, right? You are expecting someone to complete you, or are you complete as a single person? When you're ready for love, you're not expecting someone to complete you, right? You're not expecting for that person to make you whole or be who you are, right? You're whole, right? You're that person. Hey, sis, thank you for joining. Nikki, if you're still on here, thank you so much for being on tonight. One is a whole number. So if you're single, you're whole. You should be whole. And if you're not, what's stopping you from being whole? What is the broken areas of your life that you need to be working on? You're not looking for someone to make you feel better about yourself or validate you, right? Only the person that created you, which is Jesus Christ, can validate who you are. Stop looking for people to validate you. Stop looking for people to affirm you, because a lot of times what people will do is when they realize that you need their affirmation, when they know that you need their validation, sometimes so people can be so mean that they will withhold that. And Nikki saying, I know that's right. Tell us. Yes, I'm trying to help people tonight. Share this out, you guys. Join the conversation. Please feel free to put your comments in the chat. So you don't want to be that type of person, right? To just be like, oh, well, I need him to tell me I'm beautiful. I need him to tell me I'm pretty today. I need him to tell me this. You know what? Love is action. You're going to know that he loves you. Yes, you want them to tell you every now and then, right? But what if he doesn't tell you that day? Are you going to feel a certain type of way? If you love yourself and you know God loves you and you know you are his daughter, you are a cherished jewel, you are a gem, it's not a big deal. He might have forgot. Y'all know how men can be. They're not going to be consistent sometimes, right? We know that they can be sometime. It says that was one of my problems, for real, right? So, we want them to validate us. We want them to affirm us. We want them to tell us we're beautiful. Yes, they will, right? But if they don't, are you going to feel a certain type of way? I remember when I was married and my husband didn't tell me I was pretty or I was beautiful or something. I kind of felt a certain type of way, but you know what? That was in my broken season. That was in my time. I was a broken young girl still looking for validation from a man. But thank God, I'm so grateful that now I'm a grown woman, grown woman, and I don't need a man to validate me. Yes, I want him to tell me I'm cute, right? I'm not going to sit there and lie about it. Thank you, Mardana, for joining. Comment and share this out, you guys. Yes, I want a man to be like, baby, you beautiful. You got it going on. You the brick house. You the bomb. You are the everything. You the best thing since ice cream. But if he doesn't say that to me that day, am I going to have a bad day? Am I going to fall off the wagon? Am I going to be pitiful and sad and miserable? No, we're not going to live like that, right? We're not going to live miserable and sad because that person did not validate us. So if you're whole, you're not looking for that. You are happy with who you are. You know what you bring to the table. You know you're a mama jamma, right? You know who you are. You are not looking to make someone else whole either, right? We're not here to try to make somebody else whole. We're not trying to turn a clown into a king, right? I know Bishop R.C. Blake says, we're not trying to put a crown on a clown and turn him into a king, right? We need, at this age, I'm in my 40s, y'all. At this age, you need to have it together too. We need to come together as two whole people coming together to create something amazing. You're realistic in your expectations, right? You have a plan for your life and you are working that plan, not waiting for someone else to do it for you. You're doing your thing. You in your lane, you're working, you're doing your thing. You're willing to make some compromises, right? Sometimes, we could be single for so long and people be like, well, I don't know if I want to start cooking. I don't know if I want to do that. But sometimes if you are wanting to get married, let's talk about it. I don't really like to cook like I used to. Do you like to cook? Well, if you cook 2 days and I cook that 2 days, can we eat out the other three? Whatever, or have leftovers, whatever, compromise. Talk about it. Make some needed adjustments because we all need to make adjustments because somebody is coming into our lives. We're coming into their lives. Let's make some adjustments. So let's be grown, right? Let's be grown about it. Let's not be petty and bitter and acting all crazy. If you want love, you have to be willing to make some adjustments, to compromise. I'm not saying to change who you are, but change some things so we can have a happy home, right? So allow that person to come into your life and they can feel safe. You want to feel safe coming into their lives, and you don't want to feel intimidated. You don't want to feel like you're bothering that person, like, oh, I'm stepping on your toes by coming into your life. No, you want to feel comfortable. You want to feel welcomed, and you want that other person to feel welcome when they come into your life. Number two, you're no longer bitter, right? I can freely say that after my divorce, I was bitter for a while because I was blaming, I was upset, I was angry, I was bitter for a while, some years, right? Because of everything that was going on around me, I felt like I was rejected. So it caused some bitterness, it caused some anger. But are you still bitter from the breakup? Are you still bitter from the last relationship? Are you still bitter from the heartache that was caused previously, right? If you are, you're not ready because you don't want to bring that bitterness into another relationship. You have experienced some heartache, some pain, you have been disappointed, you have ignored the signs, but have you taken time to heal? Ladies and gentlemen, during this time of singleness, during your season of singleness, take the time to heal. You have done the work to have you done the work to forgive? Have you forgiven that person? Right? Have you forgiven yourself? Have you forgiven everyone involved, right? Forgive yourself, forgive them, and start to heal, start to let go. Because we always think forgiveness is about the other person. Forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is letting go of the hurt and the pain so you can be free. Because you can still forgive that other person and they may not have apologized to you. And what if they never apologize? You still have to forgive. The word says that we have to forgive. So you have to forgive that person, let go and stop blaming. Do not become enraged when their name comes up, right? You hear somebody mention their name and you become so angry and you're so mad and you can't even stand it. If that's still happening, you're not ready. You are ready for a fresh start when you have forgiven that person and you have learned from the past. You're mature now. You've learned from the past mistakes. You've learned from everything that has happened, and you're ready to move on. Number three, you are healthy inside and out. Your foundation is stable, right? You're not you're not letting that anger eat you up inside. So now you're stressed, you got ulcers, you're have all these things going on in your life. You know what? When we are healed, when we are ready to move forward, we're healthy, not only on the inside, but on the outside. Your foundation is stable, your soul has been detoxed. You're letting go of those soul ties. I don't know if you know what a soul tie is. A soul tie is when you've been sexually involved with somebody or really, really deeply connected with that person where you're like a bond, like there has been a bond, right? You're connected, like you're one. When that's what it says when you get married, you become one with your husband. That sexual tie makes you connected. So when you release from that person, you have to detox. You have to let go of the negative patterns that you've had in the past. You have to stop. Life is not perfect. You don't go back looking. You don't go looking for problems. So that means you want minimal drama. You let go of the baggage of the past, right? You drop off that Samsonite luggage, as my pastor says, and you move around. You're like, you know what? I'm letting this go. I'm not going to carry this baggage into my next relationship. I'm not going to carry this hurt and this drama into the next relationship because I'm ready to have fun. I'm ready to enjoy life. I don't want no drama, no more drama, right? You're ready to embrace the love that God has brought into your life. You're ready for it. So that means you need to detox. You need to let go of the soul ties. You need to call their name out and say, Lord, remove, destroy, um, uh, destroy, bury, burn, annihilate this soul tie in my life. You need to pray about it. You need to ask God. You are intentionally doing the work to get the help. If you need to go to counseling, if you need to talk to your pastor, whatever, you're working through the issues of your past, right? You know what makes you happy, and you do not settle for less. You're like, I know this is what makes me happy. I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to settle for mediocrity. I'm not going to settle for that because I know what makes me happy. And anything less is not, you're not asking for perfection, but you're asking for that person to be what you need for them to be for you. You know what you need. And if you pray about it, God said he would give us the desires of our heart. You have taken the time to learn yourself and you like yourself, right? You like being with yourself. You like being with you. You enjoy your own company. You know, if you don't enjoy your own company, why do you expect somebody else to enjoy you, right? You know what your love languages are. I don't know if you've read the book by Gary Chapman about love languages. You know what your love language is. Mine is acts of service and gifts. I love gifts, surprises, right? And I love acts of service when someone does something nice for me, or words of encouragement when they're like, Miranda, you know, you did a great job. You know, I'm proud of you. That's cool what you did. You know, that's what my love language is, and I expect for somebody to give me that. I will communicate that with them. Let that person know what your love language is, right? Let them know this is what I expect, this is what I desire, and then ask them what their love language is, and you're willing to do that for them. If their love language is acts of service, every now and then you should be willing to do that. If they like touch, men like to be touched. If you know that's what they like, then every now and then give him a massage, rub his arm. When you're talking to him, rub his hand, or you know, you don't have to be rubbing on him like a cat, but you know, just every now and then caress him, massage his scalp, whatever it is. You know, every now and then you should be willing to do that. Are you able to humble yourself to meet their needs? And are they able to do the same? You are no longer selfish. You know, if you were selfish, you may not have ever been selfish. Self love is key right now. You need to love yourself, love you, show yourself some love and some grace. Don't beat yourself up about everything that you've done wrong or that you know you may not have done right in the past, so you can teach somebody else how to love you, right? And if they can't handle it, then they need to walk away. Then you need to move around. If they can't, oh, I don't want to do that, I ain't, that's not the person for you, right? You living your best life. You ain't going back and forth with these ninjas, right? I'm just saying, you ain't going back and forth with these fools. So it's like, you know what, if you're not willing to do what I need, then you're not the person for me. We need to be grown right now. We need to be in our grown womanness, in our grown manness. We need to be able to provide what someone else may be asking for, what someone else may be seeking at this point. So if you're just now joining me, I'm talking about, are you ready for love? This is not going to be a message for everybody. There's some singles out there that's like, look, I don't care if I ever get married again or get married in the first place. I don't care. I'm enjoying my single life. But there's some singles that are enjoying their single life, like myself, but eventually you want to get married again. You want to be married for the first time. You want to enjoy the company and the companionship of someone that God brings into your life that is meant for you to have. So, are you preparing yourself for that? So, what I've been talking about so far, if you've been taking notes or if you're just now joining, I've mentioned, are you whole? One is a whole number. Are you whole? You're no longer bitter. You're healthy on the inside and out. And number four, you are secure and you flow in your lane. You are prepared. You've been working on yourself. You've been paying off your debt. You've been doing what you need to do. You're going back to school, whatever you need to do. You've been practicing your cooking skills again. You've been cleaning up the house. Your house is not junky. Stuff is not everywhere, right? You're preparing yourself for companionship, love, and marriage. When you are caught off guard, you are able to stay in your square. You don't get mad about every little thing that happens that you don't like, right? If you get caught off guard by something, you're able to stay in your lane. You're able to continue to flow and move and not be all over the place and get angry and go off the handle. You're not easily moved because when you are secure, there is a level of confidence that you flow in that pushes you and you don't give up because you are secure in who you are. You're secure in your career, your life, your whatever you're doing. You don't make excuses for it. You're unapologetically who you are. You get knocked down, but you don't stay down, right? Life is not perfect. We get knocked down sometimes. You're resilient and you do what it takes to be the best you and bring the best you to the table. And you expect for others to do the same thing. You're not going to accept no slacker. You're not going to accept anything less. So, you know what? Don't you bring anything less to the table. Number five, you communicate your needs and expectations with love and intentionality. You don't hem and haw about what you're needing. You're not playing games. We're not 20 years old anymore. At least I'm not. So I don't play games. I'm a grown woman and I don't play games. There are no days of silent treatments and withholding sex or affection because you made me mad. We're going to talk this out so we can go to bed not mad at each other. We can go to bed happy and peaceful, and we can do what we do as grown people, right? So we're not going to have these attitudes and these silent treatments, and we're not going to be acting up. We're going to love each other. We're going to respect each other. No, we're not going to always like what we do or the other person does, but we love each other. And there's no silent treatments, right? You are able to resist using profanity or talking down to someone to get your point across. You don't got to talk down to them, call them name, emasculate the man. He doesn't have to disrespect you by calling you the B word. We don't talk to each other like that. We don't disrespect one another. We don't use profanity to get our point across, right? You do not allow your emotions to get the best of you and blame the other person for your bad behavior. There's We don't blame people anymore for what we do. You're in control of your own actions and emotions. So stop blaming everybody else for why you're acting up, why you got bad behavior today. Oh, well, he made me do it. No, you are out of control. So we need to work on these things in order to prepare ourselves to have a better, more healthy relationship, right? We need to have a conversation. You know when to back down, and then come back and let's talk when I cooled off. I'm not saying you're not going to become angry. I'm not saying you're not going to be upset, but you know when to walk away. You pick your battles, right? You are not a doormat, but that means you're not a doormat. You're not going to let them walk all over you and mistreat you, but you're not a bully. You're not a bully and you're not a doormat. So, there's a fine line between these things, and we have to understand who we are. And when you're confident, you don't have to bully or demean people, and you're not going to let somebody walk all over you either. Number six, you're not desperate or needy. Oh my goodness. We get ourselves in these situationships when we're desperate and when we're needy. You're not desperate for love. You are enjoying your single life and you're busy about your business, right? You are enjoying helping others and making a difference in this world, whatever your profession is. So you're making a difference, you're making it happen. You're not thirsty for attention of others, man or woman, even from girlfriends, like women, we're not worrying about, oh, well, let me make sure she sees me or I'm competing with her. There's no envy or jealousy going on. And if it comes up, you're willing to address it. Why am I envious of her? Why am I jealous right now? Why is that causing me a little jealousy? Why am I acting like this? You're recognizing your emotions and your feelings, and you're addressing them right away. You don't let it linger. You don't pretend to be someone else to gain the acceptance of others. You're not a faker or a phony. You're not a pretender, right? You're not being fake. Like, oh my goodness, I remember my students when I was a counselor, a middle school counselor, middle school kids, OMG, the emotions are everywhere. Miss Chanel, she fake. Miss Chanel, she fake. They don't like fake people, right? These teenagers, these emotional teenagers. And who should like somebody fake? You act one way one time, then you act another way another in front of other people. You know what? We're not wishy-washy. We're not sometimey. We're genuine in who we are. We're not pretenders. You're unbothered by what others think about you. So that means you're not getting yourself caught up in all these entanglements and situationships, right? You are prayerful and you discern the people that walk into your life, even if it's a girlfriend or new friend. You're discerning. You're like, you know what, Lord, is this a acquaintance? Is this somebody that's going to be a close friend? Before I get caught up and get all clingy, Lord God, what's really going on with this situation? It might just be an acquaintance. It might just be a seasonal situation. It might be just for work or business. But everybody that comes into your life is not going to be a friend. And I had to learn that the hard way. I'm always wanting a friend, a girlfriend, or whatever. And every female did not want to be my friend. Every female did not want to be in my life as a friend. And I had to be okay with that. And that's fine. So we have to be prayerful about the people that come into our lives. You are not desperate to believe that this is him or this is her, whoever. If you're a man, that's not her. Every time some pretty girl comes in your face, that must be your wife. Not every time that's the case. You pray and hear from God first. And then you take the time to get to know the person, right? You're dating for data, or you're just getting to know the person. You're finding out about them. You keep your eyes open and you do not ignore the red flags. My daughter talked about this on Friday when she was on her story. She said how she ignored the red flags, and it got her caught up in situations where her emotions got her hurt. Like she said, she never got her heart broke. She just got her feelings hurt. So you address them And if they show you who they are, believe them. If they show you a side that you don't like, believe who they are. Don't ignore the red flags, people. Do not do it. Do not do it. Do not do it. So while we're talking, and Billy says acts of kindness, quality time. Those are your love languages, right? So, my love languages, again, like I said, are gifts and words of affirmation. And like I said, I like acts of service every now and then, but I'd rather have you tell me a kind word because I can do it myself. Sometimes, yes, we want a man to pump our gas, especially now that it's cold. Because guess what? Here in Texas, it is 12 degrees in Dallas, Texas, and I'm shocked. They said it has not been this cold in like years since 19 something, '08 or something like that. But it's freezing out here, y'all. So let's pray for our friends all over this state who are out of electricity right now. I have some friends in Houston that don't have electricity. So I'm praying for you guys. I'm praying that you guys get electricity before the night is over so you can rest well and warm in Jesus' name. So we're believing God for some electricity and some warmth on tonight. So if you're just now joining me, I am talking about, are you ready for love? Are you ready to be loved? Are you ready for love to come into your life? And while we're taking this little intermittent break, you guys, my book is coming out on March 1st. I am super duper excited. If you have not pre-ordered my book, please go to imbougiegirl.com and pre-order my book today. It will be released March 1st, the week of March 1st. They will be going out in the mail to you. I plan on signing each one of them. So if you have not purchased my book, please go and do so. I would really appreciate you supporting this endeavor that I have. God is so good. And I'm releasing my story, who I am, more about me. And I hope you all enjoy reading the book. And also, there have been some great men out there who have supported the Bougie brand. And so we created a King's collection. And so go, if you want to purchase your guy something, your son something, go and purchase him a sweatshirt, a t-shirt today on our website. We have a Teespring store. Let me put the link up, and it's also in the bio. Here it is going across here, but it's also in the description. I put the links to my book. If you need some counseling or some coaching, I put my website there. I'm a counselor by nature. I'm being trained as a mental health coach as well. And I am a licensed counselor, and I am a licensed lay counselor as well. I've been received my certification through the Christian Counseling Association as a lay counselor. So I'm super thankful about that. And so again, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube, go to YouTube after this, or go now and subscribe to our YouTube. And we have a declarations video on there. It's a 2021 declarations video. And it's about 70 declarations on there. And it's about 16 minutes, and you can listen to it while you're getting ready for work, listen to it before you go to bed, while you're on your way to work, while you're getting dressed. And it's declarations that let's start speaking things in our lives that we desire for our lives, right? Excuse me. Let's start speaking what we desire for our lives. It is so important that our words shape our world. So watch that declarations video. So again, tonight I'm talking about, are you ready for love? Do you want to be loved? Do you want love in your life? Do you want God to send that person, that special somebody in your life? If you do, this message is for you. If you know somebody who's ready for love and you want to share this with them, share it out with them. If you're happy being single, you know what, and you like, look, I don't care, you know what, I'm good. This message may not be for you, but you know what, share this out. Number 7, you are not looking for someone to take care of you financially or emotionally, right? When you're ready for love, you're not looking for your retirement plan, or you're not looking for somebody to be Captain Save 'em. I know some of y'all, because I'm a little hood, you know what I'm saying? So there was a song back in the day, I think it was E40 as Captain Save 'em. I don't want to say the word, but yeah. So a man who was taking care of a woman, she was looking for somebody to save her, to take care of her, to make sure she was good financially. You're not looking for that. Yes, you want a man to provide. I'm old school. I would like for a man to provide, but I'm also bringing something to the table, right? You're not looking for your next come up. You're not looking for a retirement plan. You're looking for someone to complement who you are. You all can build together. Let's get it. Let's do this. Let's build an empire together, right? You're not looking for someone to, you're not looking for a Build-A-Bear. You're not looking for someone you got to take care of either, women. We're not sitting here taking care of these men while we work every day. They sit on the couch playing video games, crossing their toes, dropping us off in our car and driving our car all day long and not putting gas in it. Who does that? We're too grown for that, right? You're not looking for a project, right? You are at the age now where you're like, I'm not trying to play mommy, and the men are not trying to play daddy. If you have mommy issues or daddy issues, work on those things. So you're not expecting for someone to be your mommy. You're not expecting for somebody to be your daddy. Ladies, I'm not gonna lie, some of y'all might call y'all man daddy. You know, that's something totally different. But right now I'm talking about having someone take, you're looking for a father figure. You're looking for someone because you're having some type of detachments about your dad or issues with your father. Work on those things, work out those things, work through those things, right? We're grown folks, right? We're living an adult life. We desire to build. We want to leave a legacy. We want to share hobbies with someone. We want to build futures for our future generations, for our grandchildren, our great grandchildren. You are enough, right? And what you bring to the table, you add to somebody's life, right? You're not taking away. You're somebody's helpmeet, ladies. You're someone's blessing. When we come into a man's life, we are his crown and glory. We are his blessing, right? We add to his life. We're not to take away from his life, and he's not to take away from us. He's to honor us. He's to love us like Christ loved the church. So when we come into one another's lives, men and ladies and gentlemen, we are to add. We're not taking away. We're to build. We're to grow. We're to help each other. We're to support one another, not take away, right? You know who you were created to be. So be that person. Number 8, you are not afraid to love because your first love and your heart belongs to Jesus. When our heart belongs to Jesus, we're not afraid to love. We're not afraid of being hurt because you can't hurt me if my heart belongs to Jesus. Yes, I'm disappointed. Yes, my feelings may get crushed, but you can't destroy me, right? Yes, my feelings are hurt, of course, but you're not going to destroy me. I can admit that when I was married, I was so consumed by my marriage. I was so I put my husband on a pedestal. And so when he walked out of my life, I was devastated. I didn't know whether I was coming or going. I thought my life was over. I didn't know if I could make it without this man in my life. And that's because I had not given my heart to God, because I had given my heart to a man. A man will disappoint us. Men disappoint us, right? No one's perfect. We don't know if that person's going to stay or leave. We don't know if they're going to be consistent or not. But when we know that our heart belongs to God, a man or a woman cannot destroy us. They cannot tear us down to the point where we can't get back up and build from that and say, you know what? I'm hurt. I'm upset. I'm going to give myself 2 months. I'm going to cry. I'm going to scream. I'm going to fuss, but I'm going to keep it pushing. I'm going to keep it moving. And when you don't do that, you waste a lot of time and you waste a lot of energy for someone who does not want to be in your life. You're ready to love, and you know that you cannot control someone else. You can't control their decisions. You cannot force them to love you or stay in your life, right? But you desire an authentic, genuine relationship, and that's what you bring to the table. Number 9, you are an individual. You have your own identity and your own dreams and hobbies. You're not so attached to that person that everything they do, you got to do. Everywhere they go, you got to be there. No, you give them their space because you got your own things. You want to go hang out with your girlfriends for the day, or he wants to go play golf with the homies. You're not intimidated by that. You're not angry about it. You have a healthy single life. You're a whole and complete, lacking nothing. So you are ready. So are you ready for love? That's what I want to ask you. I want to end this by saying, are you ready for love? And that's only a question that you can answer yourself. Is this gentleman, are you ready to be the husband that you can take care of your wife, love her, honor her, esteem her? Are you ready to throw away the black book and stop cheating, stop DMing women, and stop having your little secret side chicks on the side? Are you ready to love that person? Women, are you ready to position yourself to be found by the man that God has for you? Are you ready to let go of that placeholder, this man that's been creeping in your bed every now and then and calling you on the phone like, girl, what's up? Your midnight booty call. Are you ready to give up that person? Are you ready to give up the placeholders? Are you ready to give up the side chicks and stop DMing all these random women? Are you ready for love, ladies and gentlemen? And that's a question that you have to answer yourself. That's not something that I can answer for you, but as you know, as we had this discussion tonight, I wanted to put some things in your head for you to start thinking about. So if you are ready for love, it's not, sometimes it's not going to come quickly. It may take a year or two, some months. It may take 5 years. It may take 10 years. But now you're ready to wait well. What does that mean? You're not complaining. You're not having a pity party. You don't, like I said, you got rid of the placeholders. You're not fussing. You're not cussing. You're not angry with God, but you're waiting well. And what are you doing? You're busy. You're doing your thing. You're working. You're building. You're growing. You're healthy. You're maintaining your identity as a person. And you're waiting for God to do his part. So you're going to continue to pray and express your desires and continue to believe that God will do what he said he's going to do. If he said that singleness is not your portion, if singleness is not your lot in life, believe God that for the best, he will give you the best. And now you have to bring your best self forward. God's timing, oh my goodness, you guys, it's so perfect. I'm waiting to be able to share my love story with you guys and say, look, I can't wait to share with you who God brings into my life and this amazing love story, because I'm going to share it. But until that day comes, are you doing what it takes to love again? Until that day comes, only you can answer that. Only you can say, are you ready to love? So I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this blessed you. And I always want to put this out there. If you want to sow a seed into what I'm doing, I pray that you can follow us on social media. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. We're trying to get up to 2,000 followers this year. Our first year of Bougie Girl Cyber Happy Hour is here, you guys. We've been doing this for almost a year now, and I'm super excited because we have some great things coming up to share with you this year. I have a symposium coming up that you will have to register for, and I'm super excited about it. And I hope you all can join me. It's going to be a 2-day event that's going to be happening in May. So I am super excited to share the flyer and to talk to you more about what I have going on to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Bougie Girl Cyber Happy Hour, this platform and this mission and mandate that God has given me to share my story of brokenness and heartache and pain, and to share my love with you guys, and to let you know I've come from a place of speaking death and speaking heartache to now speaking boldness, knowing that I'm one of a kind. I'm unbothered but what other people think about me. I'm God's girl. I'm intentional and I'm elegant. So I want you to join the conversation. I want you to join the Bougie movement. I want you to go buy some Bougie apparel. Go to our Teespring store. Let me put up the banner so you guys can have it, and it's also in the description. Go to our Teespring store, purchase the book, get some King's Collection clothes for the men in your life. But I hope this blessed you, because it blessed me. So are you ready for love? I know that I am, so I hope you are. And let's be able to tell this amazing love story to our grandchildren, to our children, about how God brought love into our lives and how we were ready. Let's be a godly example to our children and to those in our lives, on, all the young people, and even the people that are watching us, people our own age, that are saying, wow, she's been single for 5 or 10 years and she's still waiting on God. Let God show up and show out in your life. Let God do something amazing and miraculous for you in your life. And again, share this out. Follow us on YouTube and on Facebook. Here on Facebook, we want to get up to 2,000 followers this year. So join us, share this out, and I hope you all enjoyed this. Be safe out there, everyone. And again, I'm praying for my family and friends who do not have power tonight. I'm praying for you guys. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you all for joining me as I talked about, are you ready for love? If you missed any part of this, go back and watch it. If you want us to sow into what God is doing in my life, there is the banner for that. And again, are you ready for love? And if you are, go back and watch this, because I hope it blesses you and encourages you. Have an amazing day. And I will see you this Friday. My pastor is coming on. I wanted to share this part, is going to join me for an evening with the King. You know what? This is my first installment of Evening with the King, as I talk to men this year and get their perspective on what it means to them to be a king, kind, intelligent, noble, grateful. What does it mean to men to be a king? And so I want you to join me this Friday as I talk to my pastor, Pastor Deidris D. Lewis, an amazing man of God, a king to all those in his life. And so I want you to join me as I have a heartfelt conversation with him about being a king. So you all have a blessed night. Be encouraged, rest well, and thank you again for joining me. Love you guys. Take care.